As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night.
This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tonight it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Wallace
Got his man. It's Bo Melton.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake. Wallace.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a handoff up the middle. Rhodes. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Wallace going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now
he rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Stop made there by Brian Asamoah. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year, with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series.
To throw on second down, Wallace.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. look to throw. Wallace. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. Off the play fake. Wallace. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Watson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you it's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Tyson Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings, nothing.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
At the 36-yard line.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, what a season he continues to have, his 15th. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll roll him out right.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
And the Packers pick it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Off play action. Wallace.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
Touchdown!
Christian Watson,
52 yards.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here.
He's got a man, complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right balance, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Wallace. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Looking to throw. Wallace.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Daniil Hunter, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
On 1st down, Rhodes. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Josiah DeGuara
from 4 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now play fake. Lance.
This is caught. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
At the 43-yard line.
Lance now on first down.
He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
Now a give running left is Nwangu.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kene Nwangu hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will shrink to 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Off the play fake. Wallace. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Slot man moves right.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
Brings up second and 10.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
A beautiful fake. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Throwing now is Lance.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Packers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Vikings. Marquise Brown, 64 yards.
And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off-play action. Wallace.
This pass complete to Melton.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw again.
Finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. The final shot before break. Wallace. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This one taken just inside the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Lance now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Lance sacked by Devontae Lance. A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. And that will be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Up the middle they go. It's Rhodes. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open book beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, it's Rhodes, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's able to find Melton, and they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wallace. Open man left side, it's the tight end DeGuara. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get...
And it's a Packers touchdown. Bo Melton, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away from taking the lead.
point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third.
27, Vikings 26.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the door.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here's Lance. Being chased out left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they have regained the lead.
So a response there to the touchdown, the opening drive of this 3rd quarter is they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think he'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match him touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Green Bay.
Operating from the gun, Wallace. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Danielle Hunter make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. Wallace.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Touchdown, Vikings! Kenny Mwanga with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the Vikings use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when it was to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Wallace. That's complete to Dobbs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. Now a handoff up the middle. Brose. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Rhodes, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play. Play action. Now it's Lance. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again. Wallace. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw on 3rd down. Wallace. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. Bo Melton, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Now a give running right. Nwangu.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. To throw, it's Lance.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Lance back to throw.
That one complete. He finds Sharp.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Let's go.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
To Dobbs, and he hauls it in.
And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll look to throw.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Second and 10.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 66 yards.
At the 6-yard line.
So the final seconds have ticked away in the